Happy Tuesday, Bulldog fans, and welcome back to a conference tournament edition and a season recap edition of Bullies Soccer Bites. As always, I'm here with Coach Armstrong. Coach Armstrong, how you doing today?
Doing great, Chris. How you doing?
Hanging in there, Coach. Coach, haven't played since last Friday. Regular season finale. I had a very talented co-champion University of Arkansas coming. Went down 2-0, 18 minutes into the match. But if you look at the numbers, 3 more corner kicks in them. Shots were almost even. Came back, scored a goal, but weren't able to tie it up there. What were your thoughts on that? What was a recap on that match?
I think you summed it up pretty well, Chris. Obviously a really talented team, super athletic, strong, experienced. Came in, and I felt we started the game really, really well. We started as we wanted to. We had a couple of chances of our own early on. Didn't quite get the bounce in the box. And missed another one just wide. And then, they caught us on the counter for the first one. And then another soft goal to concede on a set piece, and all of a sudden you find yourselves 2-0 down against a formidable opponent. And the girls had a decision to make. And, after that, I think they really responded in a positive way and got straight back into the game. And, that was shown with Haley Farrington-Bentel scoring a great goal just before halftime. And then when you look at it, according to my box score, Chris, we actually had more shots than them, more corners than them, and they only used 3 people off the bench, which is less than they usually do. So I think we gave them, everything that we could, and we were just a little bit unfortunate on the night, and we will definitely grow a lot from the experience. But, from a moral victories are not something you look for, but really proud of the girls again, and we're playing our best soccer of the season right now. So we're looking to take that forward with us into Orange Beach.
The season, how it was so different. You're playing the West opponents, playing a couple crossover East opponents. Tough sledding at the end, but for no result, no fault of the Mississippi State soccer team. You played some phenomenal soccer teams in those last 4 matches of the year, and how important was it to kind of, you've lost the last 2 matches, but played so well in them. Is there going to be some momentum you'll be able to carry into the SEC tournament coming up?
Yeah, momentum to carry into the SEC tournament for sure, but also as a program that's continuing to evolve and, obviously have aspirations to win the conference ourselves, in the future. It's important that you see what the difference is between those games that are close that you don't quite win. I think when you look at it, it's the little details and being consistent with those details and depth and maybe a little bit more quality in the final third and a little bit more experience. They're the things that we take away from those games. And, we've been right there against the best teams in the conference. So I think you can take a lot of experience, not only for this weekend, but for the long-term vision as well.
You speak about that long-term vision. How important has you been to, build your program at this time last year? It was a goal, an aspiration, kind of lofty to make it into the SEC tournament. Year 2, everyone made it in, but even with that, with the results, you guys probably would have been on the right side of the tournament getting in. How has it been for your program to turn the SEC tournament being a lofty goal into an expectation?
Yeah, last year the goal was to make Orange Beach and then make waves it when we got down to Orange Beach. Unfortunately, we lost in the last minute of that first game. That's something that we adamant that we're working towards not happening again this time around. Every year you set your goals higher. And this year it wasn't just to qualify for the tournament, but to finish as high up the table as we can and compete for the championship, and both being, regular season championship, but also the SEC tournament championship. So looking at it, you're right. Even though everybody's invited this year, we'd have still been able to qualify if they just took the normal 10 teams. We've got a bye this year. We obviously play against a very good Vanderbilt team in that first game, but like I said, we're playing our best soccer of the season right now. The girls are still working really hard. They've had a great week of practice so far and have had a lot of fun in training, lots of smiles and everything else. So feeling good about ourselves right now. Just got a lot of hard work to still put in order to be successful once we get down there.
So, quick little season recap, looking at the numbers, out of the 8 matches you've played this year, 4 have been against top 15 in the country at that time, 3 top 10. And you played both the co-champions. So the fact that you played 5 of the top 6 teams in the conference. What have you liked so far? what has impressed you the most at this point heading into Orange Beach?
I think the most important thing is the culture of the team, the character of the team. They're great to be around. They're fun to work with every day. Myself and all of my staff feel they're really coachable. They're bought in. I think you always look at it and say, what are we going to be like at the end of the season? Are they still going to be excited to play? Are they still going to work as hard in training? Are they still having fun? Thankfully for us, the answer to all of those questions is yes. They've faced a lot of adversity, right? It's the year of adversity as it is, but we sat here at the beginning of the season and talked about what we were most excited for, which was the strength in depth, something we felt we had an abundance of this year more than ever before. And then just like that strength in depth kind of went away. So at that point, we didn't feel sorry for ourselves, and a lot of players were asked to step up, and they absolutely have, and I think there's a lot of players that have, got some great experience with maybe they wouldn't have had that if we'd have had a full strength of team throughout the season, and we lost a lot of injuries early doors. So if you look at it, we've played 7 freshmen have got experience, this year. An average of 5 per game have consistently started, which is incredible. A lot of our transfers that came in are now fully embedded into the team, both on and off the field. So from that standpoint, it's been really great to see how we've grown, both in terms of style, but also intensity and mentality. And it's definitely a family feel around the place more than ever before. So, what we can take away from this season is a lot of positives. Things that we have to learn from is, once again, just being consistent, handling adversity throughout 90 minutes and putting a full 90 minutes together. I think there are things that we're still working on with a young team, but all of the things point towards a bright future right now, Chris, for sure.
So let's talk about that SEC tournament coming up. I talked about a year of uncertainty. All 14 teams made it. What's the schedule look like for the Bulldogs heading down to Orange Beach?
So we will be off tomorrow. Give the girls a little bit of a break. Obviously, we've trained Monday, Tuesday. We'll train again Thursday, Friday. And then after training, we will depart for Orange Beach. We'll get down there. We'll get settled in and have some dinner. And then we actually have COVID testing down there at 8 a.m. And then we will train. Once we get done with the COVID testing, we'll train down there on that practice field. We'll walk the game field and get a really good idea, because it'll be the first time for a lot of our new players. And then I think we'll just enjoy being together for the rest of Saturday and, try and have some fun, socially distancing, of course, still. But something in this crazy season that we haven't had a lot of time to do is spend time together, because the road trips that we've had have been often day off. So to be down there by ourselves, the day before the game will be nice. And we'll just enjoy each other's company and, get an early night and get ready to play on Sunday. We play on Sunday at noon. So we're the first game of the day. So we'll be looking forward to getting up and getting to the field and hopefully taking care of business.
So let's talk about that team you're playing, a team you haven't seen this year. Vanderbilt University, a perennial powerhouse in the league. They're sitting at the 7th seed right now. What are you expecting from the Commodores' attack?
So a very experienced team. They actually have a number of key returners from their 2018 regular season championship winning team. So, they've been there and done that. So they'll be good. They'll be well coached. They'll be well organized. Traditionally, they've been playing in a 4-4-2, which is something we've seen before this season. Expansive. They like to play soccer. They're good on set pieces. They've got some key personalities in the attack, but they've also got some key personalities in the back as well. So it'll be a really good test for us, and one that we're excited about. In a shortened season, it's kind of nice to play a team that you haven't already faced yet. We were excited to play anyone, but to play somebody that, you can say, test yourselves again, somebody fresh, that'll be awesome for us. So they'll be good, but we'll be looking forward to playing them.
Don't want to look too far ahead, but every match this year has been at least 5 days apart from each other for the most part. This time you can play with. I didn't do the math yet. Probably 4 or 5 matches in the span of 4 matches in the span of a week. Is that something you can train for? Something you can get ready for? Or you just kind of got to show up and do whatever you can for it?
No, you can't. You can't get ready for that. I mean, it's obviously going to be a shock to the system. We're taking it one game at a time, but like you said, should we advance, which is obviously the aim, then we'll have a day off, and then we'll regroup, and the medical staff will do great and work their wonders, and maybe have a walkthrough and a little jog and stretch, and that'll be it, because you got to turn around and play again the next day. So it'll be different, and it'll be should we get that far, it'll be a good test, because clearly during a regular season, non-conference, usually that's what you see, right? You play Friday, Sunday. SEC play, you play Thursday, Sunday, but still quicker turnaround than what we've been dealing with this COVID season. So it'll be another test for the players, but the season's a test in itself. So something that I'm confident that we can handle should we get to that point.
So let's switch gears for a second, as if there's not enough time in the day for you already. Tomorrow, the beginning of your national signing period. Can't really speak too much into specifics. We don't want to anger your compliance office, but what are you looking forward to tomorrow and the upcoming week with that?
Yeah, tomorrow's obviously signing day, which is a big day for us, something we've been waiting for a long time. And like you said, I can't comment publicly, but really excited to welcome this 2021 class. And once we get compliance approval, we'll make sure to let our fans know what they should be expecting from what's going to be a phenomenal freshman class for us. So looking forward to tomorrow, and looking forward to some really good conversations on the phone and getting that taken care of.
Didn't really get to ask you this earlier, but going back to Orange Beach for a second. You're from across the pond. What are your thoughts on the beach? I know you go down there for business, not pleasure, but are you a beach guy at all?
I am a beach guy. I'm not a beach guy when it comes to the Orange Beach tournament, because obviously, like you said, it's a business trip and you're always preparing for something when you're down there. But joking aside, it is absolutely the most prestigious, well-run college soccer tournament in the country. It's the envy of every other conference. The SEC, it just means more. Definitely comes to fruition when, you get down there. It's a great reward for the players that have worked so hard, to be able to go down and spend some time on the beach and stay at some nice condos. I've already said it, but it's so professionally run. They've hosted it a number of years now. In a regular year, the community is fully supportive. You get good crowds. The weather's nice. It literally ticks all of the boxes. So I know that the girls that went last year still talk about it to this day. And, former players and former parents from my Auburn days still go down there to vacation. In fact, I got a text message from a parent yesterday from one of my former colleagues that they're going to go down just to watch the tournament and make a vacation of it. So it's a special place for a special event. And like I said, it's one of the reasons why we're looking forward to going down there. And I'm sure the girls will get to spend a little bit of time on the beach, but not too much, because like you said, it's definitely a business trip with a little bit of pleasure involved.
You spoke a lot about the tournament they put on, but also I want to bring to light the fact of how many matches you've been able to play this year on a national broadcast, and how important has that been going forward? I believe every match is at least on the SEC network or in some sort of national broadcast. How important that is building your program to be seen from a national standpoint, maybe not just a regional standpoint.
I mean, with the current situation, Chris, it's even more important, right? Because these players, because of the dead period that's been in effect for so long now, and clearly, January the 1st is at this moment in time when it's supposed to be lifted. But even then, there's just so much uncertainty surrounding it that these prospects want to know more about, the programs. And, if they can't come here to watch and meet with staff and things like that, then, it's a great alternative. So, a lot of recruits that we talk to tune into the games. And like you said, every game they have the opportunity to watch families that are not able to travel right now, of our own players, appreciate it because they get to see their daughters play without the risk of travel and those kind of things. So, yeah, having 4 nationally televised games, I think, is a program record. And then, the other 4 were on the alternative platform. So it's huge for so many reasons. And we're definitely appreciative of all those that have put the hard work on our campus to make that happen.
Coach, don't want to take much more of your time, but to our fans who can't make it to Orange Beach, just a reminder, November 15th at noon Central, they'll be taking on Vanderbilt. Coach, you have any final words?
Yeah, Chris, I want to say thank you to the Bulldog family for supporting us at all of our home games. The last home game against Arkansas was our biggest crowd of the season, and it was by far our loudest crowd so far. So, we always appreciate them, and we want them to know that we're thankful, and we look forward to hopefully seeing them at some of our spring games.
Coach, appreciate your time, and as always, Hail State.
Thanks, Chris. Hail State.